do a quick little recap. Hello, welcome. I'm Ms. Vargas. Thank you for joining us for our meeting today. I'm joined by my lovely assistant. If I seem a little distracted, it's because I'm trying to keep her from not crying, distracting me anymore. So here's another apple, because she threw that other one on the floor. So like I said, this meeting is just informal. I don't know much. I'm just going to share with you what I do know and kind of like let you in on what's going on in my head. And if you have any questions or if you want to kind of put your 2 cents in, I'm totally open to it. As of right now, just like even with Val Verde Unified School District, the only thing I know for a fact is that school is closed until April 30th. After that, we will see what the governor says, what the president says, what the country is doing, what the world is doing. I have no idea. So EF is kind of in the same boat. As of right now, the only thing that's confirmed is that all March tours, today's the last day of March, and all April tours are officially shut down. So any tour that was leaving in March or April, they're not happening. They're either canceling or postponing, or those group leaders are figuring out what their options are. They're definitely not going on their tours. May is still up in the air, although seems to me like they'll most likely cancel or postpone as well. And then June, where we are, our tour is scheduled to leave June 24th. And that's already a confirmed date. We will see. So right now I'm sorry, I can't give you a better answer than that. What I wanted to talk about though is our options. I want to be prepared so that if our tour is canceled, and I probably shouldn't say canceled because here's the thing, the tour will happen. The tour is not gonna not happen. It will happen just in some future that I don't know when. Kind of like school will resume. I don't know when, but it's for sure that school will resume. Our tour, I don't know when, but our tour will resume. So, right now, as of right now, if you ask me right now, we're going. So make sure you are ready. But that could change. And if it does, what are our options? So here we go. Option number 1, which I think, I don't know, I have a feeling that this is what's most likely going to happen. I think we will need to postpone. With the way things are going right now, I don't see us traveling in June. I don't see anybody traveling in June. I think that the restrictions are getting more strict rather than less strict. And I follow really closely what's happening in Spain and Italy. I have friends and family there, and they're about 2 or 3 weeks ahead of this from us, and they're still in the thick of it. So that's telling me that I don't think this is going to go away anytime soon. So if we can't leave in June 24th, unless there's an overwhelming like revolt from you guys, I'm thinking I want to keep it kind of this year. I'm thinking Christmas break. So I'm thinking December 26th, the day after Christmas. Let's all spend Christmas with our families. Well, hopefully by then we can be together with our families.
Amen.
Thinking happy thoughts. But for now, oh goodness, for now, I'm thinking that I haven't made any moves yet. I'm just kind of thinking out loud with you guys. If we move this, it will be moved to winter, which will give us plenty of time. I know Braden and his mom had mentioned that maybe we can move it to July. I think that July is still too soon, and I wouldn't want to move it and then have it move it again. So if we're gonna move it, I'd rather move it like well in advance to avoid having to uproot everyone again. So kind of keep it in your mind. If your family's talking about Christmas plans or whatever, keep it in the back of your mind that I'm thinking I would like to move the tour, if we have to move to December 26th. And then we go from December 26th to January 4th. So we spend New Year's together. New Year's in a foreign country.
Adriana,
not too shabby.
it's also worth it in case people don't know, in case they haven't looked at the Val Verde district calendar for next year. We actually have a longer.
Oh, yes. Thank you for mentioning that. And I did look at that, and that's why I thought that was a good move as well, because we have like the longest winter break ever. We have like 2.5 weeks.
The students have a full 3 weeks.
Oh, students have full 3 weeks.
They usually go back on Wednesday, and we go back on Monday.
Right.
They don't go back until the next week, and we go back that Wednesday or Thursday.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that we get back on the 4th, and I think if
they don't come
this
back
were to
until
happen,
the following Monday.
right, we would arrive on the 4th, and then you and I, for example, would have to be back at work on that Thursday, but they don't go back to school until the following Monday. So I thought that was perfect. So that's why I also chose that date. So it's far enough in advance where hopefully we've totally swept this thing and this thing is over. Hi, Gian, thanks for joining us. And then it gives enough break to where it's perfectly right in between winter break, and that works out for our university students as well. You guys will be on break at that time as well too. So I think it works out for everybody. For you, my seniors, if you're like Braden, for example, and you're going to be in Hawaii or Boston or some other part of the world when this trip takes off, just know that you do not have to leave from LAX with the rest of us. EF will fly you from wherever you are. So if you are going to school in Boston, Braden, EF will book you a trip to Boston, and that'll be super awesome. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I was thinking Europe. I was going to say, if we're going to Europe, that'll be a shorter flight for you, but no, never mind. A longer trip for you.
It's a longer
A bit
flight.
of a longer trip for you. For us, it's a really fast, and it's usually a direct flight from LA. But from Boston, you might have to make one change. So that's my first thought. My first thought is we're not canceling. We would postpone to Christmas break. Okay. That's option number 1. What if that doesn't work out for my family? We've already got plans. We're going somewhere else. Hey, you guys, for right now, would you mind muting your stuff in the back? Thank you so much. So if that doesn't work out for you, then your choice, if you don't want to or cannot for whatever reason travel during Christmas, then you have 2 options after that. Your next option would be to take a future travel voucher. And a future travel voucher is good until September 30th of 2022. So you can travel with EF from now until 2 years ahead of time. You don't have to travel with me. I would love for you to. You're welcome to. I'm going to Italy and Greece. I don't know if you want to go to Italy, but we're going to Italy and Greece in 2021. Hopefully it'll be cleaned up by then. And we're going back to Costa Rica. We're doing Costa Rica and Panama 2022. So if you're like, I definitely want to do Costa Rica, but not right now, know that, hey, you could wait 2 years and we'll go there again. So that's another option. You can you can travel with me or go on any EF tour with the money that you already have. You wouldn't lose any money. Your money would perfectly transfer to pay for any other tour. Of course, for example, if you choose to join my Italy and Greece tour, for example, that tour is a little bit more expensive than this tour. So it would be your money that you've already paid would transfer, and then you'd have to pay the little bit extra to cover the extra cost of that more expensive tour. But you wouldn't lose any money that you've paid in as of right now. Same goes if we postpone to Christmas. Let's say you're paid off and you're done. Even though it is going to end up costing EF because they've got to rebook our flights and rebook our hotels and change everything to winter. And I know traveling to Central America in the winter because it's their summer is actually more expensive. None of those price increases would be transferred to us. So our price stays the same. We do not pay anything extra for changing to December. So if you're already paid off, you won't need to pay a single more dime. As long as you stick with whatever change date that we go with. So, like I said, if you don't want to travel with us in December, you can take your money and just join any future tour. What if you don't want to do any tour? You just want to wash your hands of EF. You're like, I just don't feel safe in the world right now, and I don't want to do anything with EF, and I want to stay in the United States, even though it is good for 2 years. But let's just say you just want out. If that's your choice, then you can go ahead and cancel your tour. What I'm going to do right now really quickly is I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to show you, and I'm just going to show you the document that EF has on their main website. So if you were to go to ef.com, you would see this website. Kind of give me a thumbs up if you've seen this, you're familiar with this. Okay, great. So you click here on where it says learn more. this is the letter, and basically what I'm telling you is exactly what's on here. So our number one option is our group was supposed to travel this spring, but our tour was postponed. What happens now? So I already talked about how we can move our existing date to a new date, which is most likely what we'll end up doing. We'll go to December 26th to January 4th. Or we could choose a whole new tour and a whole new date, but I'm like Braden, my heart's set on Costa Rica. I don't want to go anywhere else, and I love this tour. So we're not going to be doing that. Or you could choose to do a future travel voucher, and somewhere here it says September 30th, 2022. And you can take that and you can use it for any EF thing. So let's say if you're in college, I know EF does like a college version of EF. You can use your money to do that. And then lastly, here's your voucher. Lastly, what are my refund options? So if you look at this chart, is everyone looking at this chart? If you look at this chart, we fall into this where it says June 13th to July 22nd. That's where we fall. And as of right now, you could either A, get a future travel voucher for 100% of all of the money that you've paid to EF, or a standard cancellation, you would have a cash refund minus a $500 cancellation fee. So that will eventually, I think, move up to $1,000. But for right now, at this point, if you were to totally cancel, you would be charged a $500 cancellation fee, plus it says non-refundable fees. Keep in mind that they would not return the
deposit
money, right? Which the insurance money was $165. And they would not return the $95 enrollment fee, which is the very first thing that you paid when you first enrolled. So basically, what is that? Like almost $800, more or less. So that is an option.
Adriana, can participants also transfer, like if they know somebody who wants to take their spot?
That's another option too, thank you for mentioning that. As far as future travel vouchers, let's say, you know what, my son Braden, he's gonna be in college, he's gonna be in Boston or Hawaii, we just don't know where his world is gonna be in 2 years, or Gian, you're gonna go like, I don't know, be like, I have no idea where you're gonna go. But in 2 years, you don't know, and you don't wanna like count on this, you could maybe give it to a younger sibling, you can give it to somebody else in your family, you can give it to a friend. Who says give? Sell it to them.
Sell it to them.
Yeah, make your money back. So, and you know, however you want to sell is up to you. I personally would love it, or I would want you guys to stay with me. And at very least, if you do sell it to someone that you know. I don't want you to like, please don't like put this on OfferUp or something. And we can, like, those are the options. Now, I did have a really great question come up from a parent that emailed me after I sent out that initial email about the insurance. So, okay, how does the insurance play a factor into all of this? And I hope I explained this well, because I went over it with the tour consultant this morning with Whitney just to make sure I got it right. So your insurance, which everybody paid for, I made sure that it was rolled into everyone's price. So everyone has already paid for it, everybody has it. So this is the thing. If you cancel, if you make the choice to cancel, you will be charged this $500 cancellation fee because you're canceling the tour. That means you are not going to travel with EF. You have chosen to not participate in any future tours. If that is your choice, you are charged the cancellation fee. The EF insurance policy covers you if, I'm not explaining this right. Since we're still going on the tour is still happening. It's just not happening when it was regularly scheduled. That's why you don't get all your money back. I don't know if that makes sense.
So if they're the ones that canceled, then the insurance will fully take effect?
So but that's the thing. They're not going to cancel. They're going to postpone.
Or give you a voucher.
Yeah, or give you a voucher. So that's the thing. Nobody will see their full money back because they're not like they're not wiping their hands and saying, you know what, guys, forget it. Everyone gets their money back because we're not even going to do this tour. They are going to do the tour. It's just going to be either you choose a different tour with somebody else or you go with us, but at a different date. Now, here's the thing, though. This is what I find interesting. And I know that I'm in this situation because of this COVID-19. My husband lost his job. So we are now on one income. Money is really tight. So I hear you, families. I hear you loud and clear that you see that, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000 sitting there and you want that money back right now. I totally get it. So the insurance does cover you if this doesn't change, if there's a hardship on the family, if there's a death in the family, a loss of job. Like, for example, in my case, we've had a loss of job. So if I had a son or daughter on this tour, I could make a claim to the insurance and say, I can no longer afford this tour because my husband has lost his job. In that case, I should, in essence, be able to get all of my money back. But that would no longer be EF. That would be you making a claim with the insurance. So if you want later tonight, I'll make sure I get that link to the insurance claim and I will forward that to all of you. And if you would like to go ahead and process that claim, you can. So if you can, but you'd have to prove it. Like I don't think it's, and Ms. Rodriguez, I know you've gone through this process before. I don't know if they asked you for some kind of proof.
Well, when we, because we lost a day on our last tour because our flight was canceled. So we had to go through and prove, of course, we had to contact the airline and had to get flight numbers and everything to give to the insurance company. Just like Ms. Vargas said, it's a third party insurance company. It's like seven stars or seven something. So it's not EF that's insuring you. It's a company that they use to insure all of us when we travel. So one other thing that I understand about the insurance is, yes, it covers us if EF cancels, and it's to cover us if something happens while we're traveling.
Yes,
right?
Thank you for mentioning that.
So it's not just a matter of, oh, all of this is happening because EF is still committing to give us something for our money. They're still committing to give us a tour for our money. That's why they won't just give us all our money back minus the cancellation, with the cancellation fee and everything. So the insurance still covers us if anything happens to us while we're traveling.
If you were to break an arm, which has happened, or get a weird eye infection, which has happened.
Your luggage gets lost.
Your passport gets stolen. All of that is covered as well. So if there's anyone right now that wants to just wash their hands of EF, they don't want to participate, I hope that's not the case. I hope you stick with me. I think the world is still a beautiful place and it's worth traveling. It's just, we just got to be a little bit patient. But if you're, I get it. If you're stressed out about the money or you just want out, then, and especially if you qualify under the means of either loss of job, death in the family, or something extreme like that, and you can prove it because you're going to have to submit some kind of documentation that says that to the insurance company, which is not EF, then by all means, go for it. I will send you the link later today, if not by tomorrow, and you can cancel your tour, then put in a claim, and just get out of it. For the rest of you, though, hang in there. The tour is still going to happen. Whether it happens in June, that's the only part I don't know, but the tour will happen. If it doesn't happen in June, it will happen in December, and if the world is still where it is in December, then we will have this chat once again come, I don't know, October, November.
Also,
hopefully that's not the case.
One other thing, I don't know if this applies to anybody, I know most participants do the monthly payment plan. If anybody did a manual payment plan and used a credit card, a lot of times credit cards offer you another layer of protection. When we travel now, if, aside from EF, we always pay with our credit card because they have another level of protection in case anything happens with travel. So if any of the families, if any of you paid with a credit card on the manual payment plan, then I would definitely say, if you're still not able to go, to check with your credit card company and see if they will cover you for the difference of what EF will pay you.
Yep. So that's basically all I had to say. I'd like to open it up for questions. If anyone has a question, go ahead and unmute yourself. There's also a chat function if you kind of move your cursor. I don't know how this works on the phone. I've never done this on the phone. So if you're on your phone, I can't coach you. But if you're on a laptop, if you hover over the bottom of your screen, there's a chat, and you can ask questions here. If not, you can email me. I hope you guys are following me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. But questions, who's got a question? Gian, what are you thinking? What are your reactions? What's your heart saying?
So as of right now, nothing's canceled?
No, nothing is canceled. Nothing will be canceled. I guess I need to stop saying that word. It'll be postponed. If we can't travel in June, it'll be postponed to December, and then come December, we'll see what happens. But
Of 2020?
yeah, of this, yeah, we would leave December 26th, the day after Christmas, and we would return January 4th. So ring in the new year in Costa Rica with the monkeys and the toucans.
Jungle Christmas.
Yeah.
Jungle New Year.
Like it?
Yeah, you're good. Does that calm your heart a little bit? I know my seniors, I feel for you guys, man.
All around.
I waited 4 years for this.
I know. But the tour will happen. It will. It's not gonna not happen. Yeah, so if we have to postpone it, and this has not happened yet, none of this has happened. I'm not like secretly withholding any kind of information. I just wanted to have this meeting so that, you know, because I'm sure it's on people's minds, and I just wanted to be prepared that if they say, you know what, sorry, but all tours have been canceled for May or June. When they say cancel, that just means on my end as a group leader, I have to rethink what I want to do. Do I want to choose a new tour? Do I want to move the date? And I'm letting you know that I've already decided, unless you guys have a very strong otherwise opinion, that we'll move it to December. And hopefully by then all of this madness will be taken care of. And of course, I think from here on out, just across the world and in everything, travel, school, business, everything, I think the world's gonna operate a little differently after all this. I mean, even moving forward, we're gonna be washing our hands like crazy. Everyone's gonna have hand sanitizer. I think that you know, it's gonna, all of these things are waking us up to new habits, or maybe old habits that we just need to really stay on top of. But regardless, as long as the world is safe again, we will go. And as long as you feel good about that, and I have complete trust in EF. Let's not forget, EF is a company, it's a business. They definitely do not want to risk sending anyone, especially minors or students, anywhere in the world that they feel is unsafe, or where everyone's going to go and like sue them. Because now so they're not going to risk sending us anywhere that they don't feel 100% safe. So I know that, and I feel good about that. And yeah, we'll see what they say. And I think that that's also not even 100% up to EF. That's up to just the world of whether or not the world is traveling in June. But as of right now, tour is going. So think about your one carry-on bag in your backpack. But yeah, if we travel in December, what's cool is that it's not rainy season. So it'll be sunshine and rainbows. And I mean, you might want to bring a poncho just in case, but there's no rain. It's not raining. In June, July, it's the height of the rainy season. But the dry season is December, January for them.
Ooh.
So, preguntas? Parents out there, how you feeling?
Guess we're all good.
Yes.
Everybody's still muted.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing any questions on the chat. So unless you have anything else to say, it was great seeing you. I hope this calms any fears or doubts. Seniors, I don't know what to tell you about your senior year. I don't have any information for you. All I know is that as of right now, we're just closed until April 30th. Great. Escarbal, thank you for the update. You're very welcome. And just stay tuned to your emails. And I had a couple of parents that were a little upset that their child receives the email instead of them, but I send the emails to whatever email that was registered with EF. So if you know someone who's not getting the updates or the emails, please instruct them to update their contact information through AF, because that's the contact list that I go off of.
Okay.
All right, families, well, take care. Try not to be crazy in the house. Go outside, even if it's in your backyard. But take the quarantine seriously. I'm hearing such horror stories from Madrid. And people need to take it seriously. Like, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
So, much love. And
Bye.
I hope you guys watched the video I made. Did you guys like it?
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
It was beautiful.
Since I have all this free time now.
Okay, with 2 kids, yeah, right.
I know. I actually don't have free time
You don't have
at
free
all.
time. It's easier to go to work, right?
It is. Oh my gosh. Like, I need to give my sitter way more money.
I have one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to go to school, or I need to go to work. Something.
This is like nonstop right here.
Oh, baby.
All right. Well, me and my co-captain are gonna tune out. But thank you for joining, guys. God bless you, and we will be in contact soon.
Bye.
Bye. And for those of you who couldn't join us, this has been recorded, and I will be sending this in a link shortly once I figure out how to do that. Okay. Adios.